listening to the One Shot Killers podcast. I'm your host, the hardcore icon, Brandon Scott, and with your co-host, the King of Bong Style, Jojo Valvano. Sir, how you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. We got some new pieces. I got some new weed. Got some new wax. I'm all excited. And TNA actually was pretty good. The only thing I did not care for out of 2 hours was the women's battle royal.
Awful. Why did Ash by Elegance win the battle royal of all people?
Because she was never actually like thrown over the top. She rolled from the bottom, hit under the ring, and then it's kind of fucked up because it came down to Tessa Blanchard and Indy Hartwell. I wanted Indy Hartwell to eliminate Tessa. I really thought that was about to happen. Well, the
Nope.
two of them are on the apron, and then Ash comes up like Rusev at the 2015 Royal Rumble, and then instead of being eliminated, she eliminates them both.
Did you notice that everybody got eliminated in like multiple times? Like it was like elimination, like after another. And I'm like, what is
Yeah, and
going on?
do you know my problem with that?
It's rushing.
It's rushed, and there was no real wrestling going on. Um, it didn't feel like a wrestling match at all. And even
Yeah.
the crowd in attendance,
They did
bro.
not care.
No, they were all sitting down, and some of them were literally you could watch people
Yeah.
playing on their fucking phones, bro.
You can't blame them with Ash winning too. I would have went with neither Indy Hartwell or honestly Tessa Blanchard.
And
Like I was,
honestly, Joe, you know deep down I do not like Tessa Blanchard. But however, I would have rather Tessa Blanchard won that match than Ash by Elegance, and I like Ash. And but you got to understand this, Joe. Um, some people are not meant to be the world champion.
yeah,
All
she's
right,
won.
right. Now that doesn't mean that I don't like her or I think less of her or anything like that. Some people, it's okay to be in the mid card. Like, look, if we were a team, right, and we're playing football,
Yeah,
if you're a quarterback and I'm a linebacker, but I'm trying to be a quarterback, we're not going to be an effective team.
yeah,
And so everybody's got to play their roles. And so when you hear me saying like, "Oh, well, this person's a mid carder," that's never a bad thing. I'd rather be a mid carder than a jobber any day of the week. But anyhow, I just honestly think that there's levels to this game. Ash by Elegance, though she has a spot in the TNA roster, I don't think that she's good enough to be the world champion.
yeah. And also, Masha Slamovich came out and went to go up to her, and that's when JCJ showed up for some reason. I don't know why. Nothing
So
against like I don't know. This was
here's what I'm
fine.
here's what I'm thinking. So TNA only has one women's prize
Yeah,
besides the knockout tag titles, I think. And so that's the women's world championship. Well, having these companies intersect right now like that, you're able to give two world title opportunities. The only problem, once again, it's not that JC came out. It's not that she may defend her NXT title. It's not that Masha may defend the TNA Women's World title. It's once again, Ash by Elegance doesn't deserve either title.
yeah. Taking away that though, I really enjoyed how we started off TNA, which was say his name and he appears.
Bro,
I
Joe Hendry probably cut the best promo that I've seen in a minute
yeah,
because it was some honest shit. At some point, I had to come out here and tell you I lost. And that's been bothering me that I lost the world title. And it doesn't just bother me that I lost a title. It bothers me that I lost a title to a guy that doesn't even care about it and it doesn't even work here. And,
yeah.
you
This was
know,
excellent.
I honestly, when they tried to do the redemption story for Cody,
Yeah,
it didn't feel right. It didn't even look right. Because you can see right through it. Whereas Joe Hendry,
it feels right.
it feels right. Like this is actually a man telling you, like, look, The worst thing that could have happened, and it happened when I was your champion. And I know that I have to face you. I have to face the fans and tell you guys that I let you down. But I'm not going to stay down. I will take back that championship. I will bring it home to TNA.
He won't. Let's be real.
I honestly think, bro, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know you want Mike Santana. You're not going to get Mike Santana.
I don't think we're gonna get Joe Hendry either.
And I agree with you on that. I think Joe Hendry's going to be close, but Trick Williams using both TNA's first class and maybe even like Wes Lee from NXT,
Yeah.
he's going to use both sides to his advantage. And that's what I would show is that it's Trick Williams having the upper hand on the TNA roster and why he's able to keep the title because he's playing both sides of the fence. And then that's when, honestly, I'd probably say trying to think like of a good young up and comer that I thought that I honestly think could beat him for the title.
It's got to be Mike Santana, bro. Like
He,
he
it
even
like I don't want it to be Mike, I guess, but I'm sitting here like this because I'm looking down the TNA roster because I obviously the goal is to get TNA's World Championship back on a TNA wrestler.
yeah.
Who want take Mike Santana out and then take out Joe Hendry? Who on the men's TNA roster could win that world title?
Uh, I would have said Ace Austin, but he's not in TNA no more, so it's like
That would have been my third. No, that would have been my fourth pick. My third pick, other than the two that I said not to mention, is Matt Cardona signed to TNA?
I don't know, but you just read my mind. I was just saying him.
Because if you can't do Mike or Joe and Ace Austin, which I didn't know was gone from TNA, that's actually kind of crazy. Matt Cardona.
That's probably the fourth person, honestly. I want Mike Santana because he even said at the ending of the show, which not trying to skip to the main event, but that match was really good. And then he basically grabbed the mic and said, I should be added in this match. This should be a triple threat. Prime sucks.
Prime is awesome. Now this guy, Logan Paul, could be your TNA champion, bro.
No.
Actually, wait, no, I'm
it's
sorry.
Mike Santana, bro. I'm telling you. The crowd wants him because they were going crazy for him. He's another guy that's over like crazy. Joe Hendry's over, but so is Mike Santana. Like they were going crazy for this dude.
But is Mike Santana at that main event level though?
Yes,
like,
he is. He is.
Being honest.
I am being as honest as I can, bro. He is world champion material. He is at the top right now. Or at least should be.
Because if Mike Santana is at the level that you think he's at, the worst thing that would happen, and I don't want to do it, is waste his opportunity because it happened to Joe. And I honestly think Joe Hendry should have won the title 3 months before he did. And I also think that they wasted his title reign.
Yeah, I agree with you in that. Another segment, though, that I really enjoyed was Killer Kelly.
God. Yeah, bro.
She is wonderful. Like
these first two promos were actually really fucking excellent. But Killer Kelly, bro, calling out Masha Slamovich and even saying, like, did you forget that I'm the one who made you the monster you are? And I'm going to be the one to take out the monster that you are. See, you forgot me, but I didn't forget about you.
In a chain match.
Like, bro, I'm actually, dude, and I want to see if you're thinking the same on me. But should Killer Kelly win that title?
Yes, she should. There's
yes!
I love Masha Slamovich. I love saying that last name, too. That's awesome.
Me too, Masha Slamovich, slam the bitch!
But you're done. It's over. You're not beating Killer Kelly. And now, but then I'm afraid because Ash won, so they might do babyface versus heel instead of heel versus heel because I believe Killer Kelly is a heel. So I just hope they don't do that. Killer Kelly has to win. It's her time. Masha had her moment, but if you give it to Ash instead of Kelly, I'm gonna be pissed.
See, bro, and this is where once again, there's divisions to this, and I just don't think Ash by Elegance should have won the fucking match. I honestly think probably now. Look, I love Indy Hartwell, but Indy Hartwell still has to rebuild herself from her awful WWE main roster time. The even though I fucking hate the bitch, the
Tessa
perfect person.
Blanchard.
Yes,
I
Joe,
told you, bro.
that would have been the perfect win.
But nope, they went with Ash.
And I don't even like Tessa Blanchard. And I'm telling you, bro.
I don't like her much either, but you can't deny that she's not good in the ring and that she could talk. She is a horrible person, but
same thing with me. Same thing I tell you with Charlotte Flair, and I agree with you 100% when you. And no, listen. I agree with you because when it comes to Tessa Blanchard, it is like Charlotte Flair in this sense. Yeah, she's annoying. Yeah, there's a million other people. But at the same time, she's so damn good. You can't deny it.
just like
And
Logan Paul. He's an
yeah,
awful human, but he's great in the ring.
and so
so good.
and when I looked at that women's battle royal, the only woman in the match that actually felt like a world champion was Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, that's just being the truth, honestly. But there was a match I enjoyed, which was the Rascals Zachary taking on Ryan Nemeth. This was a fun match.
And I got to say, Zach versus Ryan was really fucking good, and I'm glad that Zach won. I'm actually a really big fan of his, bro. I'd like to see him on a
really
singles
good.
run.
He's really good.
Absolutely. Like if he ever gets out of the tag team scene, bro,
world champion.
At 100%, 100%.
Your boy Trick had a promo, and he's over here like, "I'm the
average
star.
Joe.
I'm the star."
Bro, it is so fucking true. It's Trick and A, bro. And then and he's talking about how Average Joe wants his title. Average Joe wants to please the champ. You know, you're Average Joe.
I am an Average Joe.
And, and so when you think about it, he's only spitting facts. And that's that Joe Hendry ain't on his level. And Joe Hendry can come and cry to these people. But Joe Hendry, even on his best day, couldn't tie Trick Williams' boots.
I guess so, man. I guess so. But you know what? I didn't know this at first, but I actually am big fans in the ring of the hands, the good hands. Like they're actually really, really good.
I've been trying to fucking tell you.
John Skyler took on Ali. I almost said the wrong name.
Yeah, let's talk about this,
Joe, because tie their arms to the ring, and whoever got it first would be the advantage, basically. And Ali freaking cheated.
Bro, and this is what I can't stand about him. He sucks in the ring. He cheats. He sucks on a promo, bro. And then the Great Hands is supposed to be your own dude, bro. And you're going to cheat over your own dude.
It's okay. His partner helped him out. Jason Hotch, I think his name is. He gave John the scissors to cut his too. And I think
after Mustafa Ali had done beat his ass for like 5 minutes. But bro, and I will say this, bro really came back and had delivered a great back and forth with Ali. But that wasn't even the fucking shocking part. The shocking part is when Cedric Alexander comes out and
the ovation, bro. They went crazy.
When did he become like, bro? No disrespect, but when did he become a star? Where have I been?
I don't know. Like, I loved him in the Hurt business, and I wanted him to be in the Hurt Syndicate, truthfully. But I'm gonna be fine with this because him and Ali have a lot of history.
And I know from 205 Live and all that, even though I didn't watch, I knew. But however, when he got that ovation, I just didn't get it. But
like John Cena.
You got Tasha Steele standing in the ring, bro. Ali's got her arm, and then Cedric's got her arm. and Ali goes to pull her, but then Cedric ends up pulling them both. And when Ali turns around, every single person in Ali's group is now standing with Cedric.
Do they turn on him? That's what I'm fearing.
Um, yeah.
They're gonna lie to him, and he's gonna like have the moment, and then boom, they
Oh,
attack him.
oh, you're talking about them turning on Cedric.
Yeah, not Ali. That would be so obvious them turning on Ali. I just feel like because I looked at Tasha when she was behind him and everything, and they were just looking like they were gonna jump him for a second.
I mean,
But
but
then
bro,
I don't know. I hope not. With Cedric, I'm all for this, bro. I'm loving this story they got going on. Like basically picking sides and Ollie's a dick. Let's just be honest, he is. But Cedric Alexander, bro, he's a very, 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 very good wrestler. Not the best on the mic, but he has his moments. But I'm
I
looking
think
forward to this.
I think where this is what this is going to allow him to do. And Joe, I said to you what just a day or two ago, I thought it was stupid that he came to TNA, but could have went to AEW, could have been a part of the syndicate, right? Could
Yeah,
have been the Hurt Business All United, but instead he went on his own, and I thought it was fucking stupid because honestly, and this is just my opinion, out of the four, I thought he was the worst. And but he might be doing the smartest thing, bro. And that's being on his own, showing that he can be a star on his own.
yes.
And this is the path to do it. Like, bro, and I will honestly say I was wrong. And even I have to put some respect on his name, bro. Because that's a fucking ballsy decision.
I respect you for saying you're wrong on that. I really do. So that's big on
Thank you,
that. But
bro.
yeah, it was a great match and a good ending, and I'm excited to see what's next. I really am. But then,
And
bro, we got
what's
Matt
up?
Cardona backstage with the system again, and they're all like yelling at him, and you just watch um, Brian Myers. He's over there trying to back up everyone, like, come on, you guys are good. Like, don't yell, no, no, no. And then they're all yelling. Eddie's like, I'll face you next week, and then that match gets announced. They all walk away, and then Brian Myers and Matt Cardona are staring at each other, and I love this little story they got going on too. There's a reunion on the way.
See, bro, and that's what I've been thinking. And like and I already know to like say they were to reunite today. I
Yeah.
know the number one match I want to see, and that's the Edgeheads versus the Nymphs.
Yes, I'm all for
Like,
that match.
bro.
I am all
And
for that match.
but Matt Cardona, bro, very publicly and over the last maybe year and a half has really, and even Kevin Owens had to make fun of him for it, talking about wanting to go to WWE, even though, he's the indie god.
I seen that.
But it is true, and it is something to talk about.
Speaking of that, though, did you see what he said about I
Oh, go
guess
ahead.
Ryback? Ryback got all offended because I guess he thought they were talking about him on one of the parts. I guess in the video when they mentioned somebody, but they said they wouldn't do it because they didn't want to hear bitching or something like that. I seen, but Ryback got offended by it, so I'm guessing it was about Ryback.
The thing is, even if it wasn't, let's say it wasn't, because they never dropped a name, and for me to assume a name is wrong because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and an ass out of me. Assume, and so I think what you ever hear Joe, if the shoe fits,
Yeah,
if he got so offended by this, even though they never mentioned his name, they never once called him out, they never even said the big guy. You're pretty much saying that you're who they were talking about and you're now making this about you. I would have just shut the fuck up. That's my
I
honest.
agree. I agree. But now we can talk about the Hardy Boys, who had a good match on this show as well against Eric Young's guys. I never catch their names, but they're actually a really good team.
And see, and I agree with you, and I guess that's why this match kind of disappointed me, because yeah, predictable when you got to know the Hardys are winning, but at the same time, I kind of wanted more out of it. I honestly felt like that it was just so rushed and put together. It wasn't even 10 minutes long.
What happened
Uh,
after was the best part, really, with Leon
yeah,
Slater.
because the match was kind of ass and
Yeah.
predictable.
But them talking to Leon Slater and saying he's the future and that he's gonna beat Moose, and then or, and then freaking damn, I just had a moment. What's his name? I just said his name.
Moose,
No,
Leon.
Leon Slater. He basically said he's gonna do it for the fans. He's gonna do it for him. He's gonna do it for TNA and all that, and then he's gonna win the title, and he's gonna be the youngest champion. I think Matt Hardy said.
And which,
I didn't know that.
honestly, I'm looking forward to that. I think Leon Slater's really good. I think also in a way though, Moose is a multi-time world champion. Moose I believe current X Division champion.
Yes.
You cannot have this kid who has really not done shit. Let's just be honest. Beat him. Do you see
He's
where
not.
it doesn't sound right?
Moose is gonna beat him at Slammiversary. I truly believe and retain his title. Loves Leon Slater, but he ain't ready yet.
Like, but now I will honestly say with what Leon Slater has done and what he's doing, probably give him about say 2 or 3 years. He'll be there. He'll be there.
We gotta talk about AJ Francis, who did the Styles Clash, bro.
Yeah.
I legit marked out for that because Mike Santana went to reverse because he had a power bomb and he went to like flip him and then he literally put his legs down. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, no way! And then he did it. The Styles Clash.
Now, bro, obviously there was a kick out at 2, but I honestly think, bro, like Mike Santana, they're trying to build him up the way they did Joe Hendry, which is fucking hilarious. Because when Joe Hendry was being built up, oh, Heart of TNA, ultimate good guy, pretty much like he's TNA's Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
But now the same fucking shit they said about Joe Hendry, they're saying about Mike Santana. And so I knew Mike Santana wasn't going to lose, but I was like, bro, what way would it be to fuck over the quote unquote face of TNA
He is.
with the ultimate TNA guy's finishing move?
That'd be crazy, honestly. That match was really good, though. They were in the crowd. They were freaking. AJ went right through the freaking table. Like that. That was awesome. This was
Can I be honest with you?
What's up?
Probably the best match of AJ Francis' career.
I agree. Like he looked like a star in there, and he ends up losing to Mike Santana, and Mike went Mike grabbed the mic and then started going, talking to the fans, and then he, like I said earlier, he basically said he wants to win the world championship. He told Santino to add him in and make it a triple threat. Give us what we want. Give us the fans what they want, because I want that.
And that's why I don't get mad at every single release anymore, because AJ Francis getting released made him a star.
He wouldn't have been like this in WWE, but he looked awesome tonight, bro. With that Styles Clash, have to say that. But I'm glad Mike Santana won. Future world champion. He's got to be the one, in my opinion, that beats Trick Williams. I love Joe Hendry, but
I mean, I can see why. You know what I mean? And do you know what's fucking hilarious?
What's up?
I'm looking over this way, out the corner of my eye, and I have all my Christian theology books right here on the side of me. But what's just funny is there's a book called Like the First Morning, and it's written by this person called Ortiz. So I'm looking at where it says Ortiz right now, and I'm just thinking Santana and Ortiz, because when I think
them.
me too, and I want to say that first and foremost, it sucks they're not friends no more. But also, when I think of Santana, and maybe this is why I don't see him as a man, it's kind of like Joe, the way you see Jay. That might be the best way to put it.
He is not a tag. He's not only a tag team guy.
I'm not saying that Santana is only a tag team guy, but when I think about Santana, the first thing I think about Santana and Ortiz.
I agree. I do agree, but I feel like Jay has made himself more of a main event. I'll agree to that. I just don't think he's a world champion. Now, Mike Santana, I can see him as a world champion. I honestly,
So, can I ask you one question?
yeah,
What's the difference? And like for you, what is that difference? Because like for example, both guys came out on their own from tag team to singles competition. They both got over tremendously with their respective crowds. What's the difference?
the difference to me, Jay. I always seen Jay as a like my whole life basically. I watched him as a tag team guy. Like my
Yep.
entire childhood, he was a tag team guy up until the last 3 years around there, maybe
But
around there. And then Mike
so
Santana,
let's look at his first TNA run. Santana and Ortiz. Look at his AEW run. Santana, Sir Jericho, but Santana and Ortiz. And
yeah,
so when obviously they stop being friends, he gets released from AEW, comes over to TNA. This is the Santana we see now. And so
I just
that's
don't
where
see Jay as a champion, a world champion. But I can see Mike Santana as one. Like even if it like I see what you mean, I do, but
because like both guys literally are from the same cut cloth. You know what I mean? Like because if you think about it, as long as you've been watching Santana, because I know you watched his first TNA run,
yeah,
you've seen him as a tag team guy. So
yeah,
like for me, if I gotta ask you, you watch Jay a lot longer, obviously,
yeah.
but from Jay to Santana, both tag team guys to singles competitors, and we already know Santana's going to be a world champion at some point. So both guys in that world championship spot. That's where I'm like, bro, how do you not go over with Jay, but you go over with Santana, and they're both doing the same thing?
I just see something more in Santana. Like I could see when I look at him, he's a world champion. When I look at Jay, he's not world champion to me. He's a tag team guy, a mid carder. Nothing against that. That's great.
Yeah,
Just not world champion. Like I just never. Even when Santana was a tag team guy, I seen alone on him. I always seen he can be by himself. Jay Uso, I never really seen that.
oh, be honest with you, I don't think you like completely honest. If we can go back to 2020, I don't think nobody even thought about,
Yeah.
damn, what if this guy was on his own?
Santana, I could. I don't know. Nothing against Jay. He is great. He's actually really, really good. I don't see the world title on him, but he had it, and I'm not gonna complain.
Fair,
But
fair.
I did enjoy
Um,
TNA tonight, brother, a lot.
oh, me too, 100%. Like I said, I thought TNA's gotten a lot better. Like, I'm not, this is how I know TNA's improved. I'm not miserable watching TNA. And yes, there was a point when it was still Impact Wrestling. If you one of those shows we would do, I did not want to do it. It was like pulling teeth. I actually really like sitting down and watching TNA. And I can honestly say, if the only thing out of a 2 hour program I did not like was the Women's Battle Royal, still a really damn good show.
I agree, brother. I totally agree. But I want to talk about some Aleister Black news because
Yeah!
I seen on I believe it was PW Insider that reported it, saying that Aleister is going to be getting a big push very soon. Which,
This makes me
thank
so
you,
fucking happy
seriously,
because
because since he's been back, bro, he's done
he's
nothing.
not done dick.
So it's time. Give this man what he deserves, what he's owed, what he's put in, and give him a world championship because he is a world champion dude, like for sure.
Do you want
Everything
to?
about him.
And you know what I'm also kind of nervous about as we're speaking about opportunities?
Yes. What's up?
So Karrion Cross just got his pay per view opportunity because you
Yeah.
said the match is at Night of Champions.
Yep.
you know that because this is his first match and since the Final Testament broke up, this chance that he's getting is probably the only chance he gets.
I think he's
Like
gonna deliver.
he has to deliver. And then you see, give me just 1 second.
He also took pictures and videos with Saudi Arabian people. Him and Scarlett. Damn, bro.
I
You get
can't.
bottled water.
I didn't
You
even
good?
get the full hit. Oh God, and I'm not gonna try to clear it. Oh,
Bro, I gotta tell you this. Oh my! Did you see what CM Punk? He was at Saudi Arabia, and I guess he pushed a kid. Not like pushed him, but like kind of like shoved him out of his
wait,
way.
hold on, wait. What the fuck? He pushed a Saudi Arabian kid?
He didn't push him, but like they were about to. The kid walked up to him, and he went to take a picture, and Punk kind of like shoved him out. Like he didn't like push him, but he kind of like shoved past him, like ignored him.
Little
And
bastard.
Randy did the same in a way. Like I seen, I think they were going somewhere. It might
I
have been.
think I know what you're talking about. Is it
Yeah,
the
it
video
was.
when they're first getting off the airport?
Yeah, they were walking through somewhere, and some kid came up to Punk, and he literally just walked past
All
him. He
right,
said something to him.
Joe. Let me give a little context. Saudi Arabia is halfway around the world. So imagine, Joe, you are CM Punk. You are, let's be honest, in a place you don't want to be. You just got off like at least a 12-hour flight. And the first thing as you get off this airplane and you can finally stand and stretch is some kid wanting a picture.
Yeah, like
Like, I know
honest,
it's not right. I
I would have
know it's
told
not
him.
right. But come on.
I would have told
And
him like I can't do it right now. Like not like I'm not gonna. I
but
get
at least
why. I get what he did. Like,
At least you know it's not like in the American airports where you got 50, not kids, grown men with toys coming up to you with buckets of toys saying, Joe, sign this, sign this, sign this, take a picture, sign.
see, honestly, I get Punk. I would have probably just took the picture just because that's whatever. But I get why he went past him and all because it's like I just got off. Like why are you already right there? But
Right. And that, bro, is
I
where
get
I'm
that.
like, I know it's fucked up and it's obviously caught on camera, but it's just like, if I'm CM Punk, let's be all honest, let's all be honest, we probably all would have done the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
And now I gotta say, hmm, I'm actually surprised and shocked, but also really happy. I don't know if you've seen both Saudi Arabia shows, Friday Night SmackDown and Night of
25,000,
Champions.
I think.
Yep, all sold out. So props to that.
Glad they're safe
Um,
though.
Me too. But the real reason I brought up Night of Champions, like I said, going back to it so I don't lose the original thought. Karrion Cross, he gets this one opportunity. It's his first match in at least a good couple months.
Yeah.
I really hope that everything goes well, and I actually hope he gets time to show the world what he can do. Because to me, Karrion Cross could be the world champion. And I think that if you just booked him correctly, gave him the right story and the right guy to work with, he can make magic. And Sami Zayn is one of the greatest professional wrestlers to ever step foot in the ring. I truly think if there was ever a time for Karrion Cross to show the world what he's capable of,
It's now.
it's now. And also, I can't end this video without talking about one of the most surprising pieces of news that I think I've actually been surprised by in a long time. Keith Lee. We've all been wondering where is the big man, and he said I'm not hurt, and we all knew that he'd been dealing with some health shit, so I thought he was hurt. No, I'm not hurt. They're just not putting me on TV. And he said, but don't worry though. Something good is coming.
He's getting
And
released.
So I think he's getting released and he's coming to WWE. And bro, if he comes back to WWE, for the love of
Limitless,
God, and
bask in his glory,
that's what I need. Because if we get
bask
that,
in his glory.
because bro, imagine Keith Lee comes back to WWE and the first thing they do, all right, so you're Bearcat.
Don't. I knew you were gonna say it. I knew you were about to say it, but dude, honestly, if he does leave AEW, if he gets released, that's gonna be awesome news. But if he does stay, this guy has to show up like at the All In event in the Gauntlet match or something. If not that, let him let him go. If you're not gonna use the guy, let him go because he's clearly okay and wants to wrestle and wants to be in a ring. So it's like either use the guy or let him go and go back to WWE or
Truthfully,
TNA or wherever he wants. Just
truthfully, Joe, truthfully, I am over Keith Lee and AEW.
me too.
Because, like, all right, I'll go back to something. So when Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee were the tag team champions, this was actually a really good time in AEW. I don't know why I started smiling when I said that, but very good time. And they split them up. Swerve just turned heel, started Mogul Embassy, and him and Keith Lee had started a feud. We never, ever, ever, even as I'm speaking years later in the future, got that one-on-one match. And so to know that Keith Lee's okay, knowing that Swerve was just a heel not too fucking long ago
Could have
when
happened,
he was facing Hangman, we could have done it.
but nope. Let's just have
And
Keith Lee sitting back doing nothing when he's healthy.
now, like when he was going for the shit, yeah, it is what it is. But when he's healthy, that makes no fucking sense.
He's fine now. He literally said it. Like I seen that post and I was like, no way. They're just not using this guy. Are you kidding me?
And now there's a part of me though that can't help but think, damn it, he's gonna go back to WWE, and the first thing they're gonna say to him, "All right, pal, go get the singlet."
No, I hope to God not. I hope to God not.
But no, in all seriousness, if he comes back to WWE, I gotta hear it. Bask in his glory, for he is limitless.
For real, bro. One thing I
But
forgot about Dynamite, but you can
what's
say
up?
that. Oh, Takeshita and Okada had a segment. They had a face-off. That's one match I need to see. I meant to
Dude,
mention this
that
earlier, but Okada and Takeshita face to face for the international title.
that
Stay.
would be so fucking good.
What if What if Kota Ibushi turns on Kenny and joins with Okada, and we get Kenny versus Ibushi at All Out? I believe it's in Toronto, and we get Okada versus Takeshita. Those are two matches right there that I'm like, book it.
Those two matches, if you just let those guys go out and do whatever the fuck they want, it'd be
Gold,
magic.
gold.
Magic.
Honestly, I I totally agree. But
Like
um,
like bro, like damn. Why the fuck are you coming up with bangers? And like
I'm just thinking
bro,
in my head, like, what if
this is
Kodo? What if he does turn on him? Like, what if he literally turns on Kenny?
oh fuck, we have one piece of news.
What's up?
The tribal chief is
Oh,
no longer going to be the tribal chief now that he's separated from Paul Heyman. Now that he's separated from Sammy J. Jimmy.
burn it, burn it, burn it. That big.
Burn.
I need that big. The big dog.
Dude, yes, 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 Joe. You're actually getting me excited.
If you're
I
trying to
was
kill
a
someone's career, go
I
ahead.
I was a huge Big Dog Roman Reigns fan, bro. And if you're telling me you're bringing back the laser tag vest, the
Gosh.
fisting, and oh, bro, dude, this is gonna be fucking epic.
Supposedly he's coming back at SummerSlam, I read, or before SummerSlam or something like that. But if I hear burn it, I
Burn,
swear,
burn, burn,
I'll cringe.
burn.
I think I'll cringe.
I will fucking come on here, bro, and I will be like, yeah.
It's so bad. I don't miss those times.
Like, bro, I might be 300 something pounds, but I'd do a fucking cartwheel. All right, if I
Don't
fucking
miss
see you in
those
the Big
times.
Dog, bro. Dude, think about the best moments of the Big Dog, bro.
God, no, I don't. I don't. I
Just
don't want
please,
to.
like, all right, look. Sure, the big dog ended with, the Baron Corbin feud where he got the dog food thrown on him and he was chained up. And sure, we had the big dog mascot. But there were good times too. Like,
Yes, I agree. I got one. April 3rd, 2017, when Orlando booed Roman Reigns out the building. I was one.
you're a dick. And you know what? Y'all were just all mad. Roman Reigns did what Roman Reigns does. He
Retired
went
The
into
Undertaker.
he went into WrestleMania and he won. And he's the big dog, bro. And he had to show the Undertaker, look, you're old Yeller now. And I will put your ass to rest. And that's what he did, bro.
Match
And you know
sucked.
how the Orlando crowd said thank you?
We didn't say any thank you. We booed him.
Bunch of fucking marks.
We are marks. We're good ones. We're the best marks in
Now,
the entire state.
now, Joe, I want you to think about this. Roman Reigns is probably the greatest wrestler to ever step foot in a WWE ring.
You're crazy.
And bro, if you don't believe me, look at the money.
I don't care about the money.
I
Stone
do.
Cold, Hogan, Rock.
All right, look at TKO and all the partnership deals. That all came under Roman Reigns' roof, bro.
Here we go. Here we go.
And I'm just saying, bro, you need to acknowledge your tribal chief. You need to say thank you, Roman Reigns. And you know what, bro? You don't get any of that originally without the big dog. All right. And you think about the guy who should have won WrestleMania 31. He did win WrestleMania 32. He won WrestleMania 34. Also 33, 35, 37.
7, 8, 9, 40. No, wait,
40.
not 40. Cody.
Nope. Nope, not 41. But still, bro. And then had a 13, 16 day reign, bro. None of your favorites can say they were champion for 1,300 days. All right, bro. That over 4 consecutive years, and I wanted it to be 5 years.
I bet
All
you
right,
did.
I did. And however, Cody Rhodes took that away from us. But
Whoa!
but bro, all I'm saying. Roman Reigns, you need to put some respect on his name, bro.
He's great. I'll admit that. He is. But you know what's
Legendary.
greater?
He's starting his Hollywood career and he's going to be in the Street Fighter movie.
I've seen that. But what's greater is we're hopefully, I'm hoping, it still reports in news and you never know, 2.5 weeks, maybe 1 week ish
Oh,
away
no!
from two
No, don't
hour
you dare!
SmackDowns.
Yeah, Joe, why don't you take an hour of wrestling from me?
I'm happy, man. I'm sick of. Okay, if you're not going to make the third hour mean something, then it needs to go bye bye.
Did you not just see the John Cena promo?
That was 1 week, bro. That's not every week. I can't sit here and watch a 3 hour SmackDown when half the time they suck. It needs to be 2 hours, or that's it.
Joe,
It
3 hours of
work.
SmackDown is the best stuff of the
You're
week.
crazy. You're crazy. I love you, brother, but you're crazy, and you're not
You
crazy good either. Awful shit.
You act like you ain't going to miss 3 hours of SmackDown.
I'm not, bro. If it's not gonna mean something, it needs to be 2 hours. If it's gonna mean something, then fine. But no, I'm
Joe, I chose the wrong kind of wax. Yeah.
yeet, yeet.
So I have two different flavors, and I went with the ones that is called diamonds, instead of the crumble. And the diamonds taste like shit. Like
Take another
honestly,
one.
no, I'm not like, bro. I didn't even finish this. This is just it tastes like Dookie.
We'll take
So
another hit.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the bong, bro.
Yeah.
Um, and
Do it for
shit.
the Rock, brother. You gotta do it for the Rock.
Now I ain't now, Joe. I'm not like you. All right, you're built a little different. You can clear a bowl in one hit.
'Cause I'm a
All
real
right.
man.
Oh yeah, look at you, Joe. Big muscle balls over there. Okay.
One
Look
word. Yeet.
now. Look for me, Joe. It takes me a few hits to clear
I
this
know,
bowl.
bitches do that. I get it. My friends do that a lot.
Joe, that basically, yeah, damn. I'm sorry, you're the only pimp in a world full of bitches, apparently, because all your friends are bitches. No,
Uh,
go ahead, big balls, let them hang.
I'm a real man. I take one hit and I'm like,
And see, Joe, now look, that's being built different. I can't
take
do
one
all
hit,
that.
brother. Do it right now. I want to see you clear it. When you feel like you're about to go, you got to keep lighting it. Keep lighting it till it goes bye bye.
So,
That's what I do.
even when I feel like I'm about to die,
You just keep going. That's when you're like, all right, I got it.
yeah, don't listen to this motherfucker. He'll put you in the hospital.
You got this, brother. Just clear that. Put that lighter on that bitch for the whole time. You also hit a big bong too. I got the smaller bongs.
Yeah, I know, bro. Look, I mean, don't get me wrong. I can put this bowl on this one, but they're still both pretty good size.
You got this, brother. Just whoosh. You got this. Whoosh. Do it for your brothers. Yeet.
Eat. You know what, bro? Yeah, yeah. Do you got you a hit? Hmm? Do you got you some weed?
No, that's why I'm telling you.
Damn it, Joe! You would put me on blast like that. Okay.
If I did
All
it, I
right.
would already did it.
I know. You know what the worst part is? You can tell I already took a hit off the bowl.
You got this, man.
See, here we go, bro.
Clear that thing. You got a big lighter too.
This torch.
That's what I mean. Oh yeah, the macho man.
Shit. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a real man's hit.
Dude,
You better call
nah, nah,
somebody.
bro. Look, I didn't even clear it. Nah,
Damn,
bro.
man.
Dude, I'm being honest with you,
You're
bro.
SAWFT soft.
Then why don't you do it?
If I had a bowl rip, dude, I would have cleared it.
Joe, if you're asking to hop through that screen, I'd be like, here you go, motherfucker.
Dude, I'm telling you, I would literally sit there and rip that entire shit. I'd sit there like, you know what? You know what?
Oh, so he does got it.
I'm doing it even big, bro. I got the biggest glob of wax right here, and I'm gonna clear this whole thing.
I bet you can't clear it in one hit.
I bet you I can. Because
I bet you can't.
I'm gonna show you what a real man. You're about to cost me my life, but you know. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it for all the people in the world that love weed and wax.
You know what, Joe? I'm just gonna watch the master. Let's see this.
You watch this, bro. This is gonna hurt because this was my go to sleep hit, but I gotta show the person who falls.
We hurt people.
We smoke people. We
Yeet.
smoke people. All right, here we go.
By God. Damn.
Oh damn! My freaking fan blew all the smoke.
No, that was still a big ass cloud, bro.
Yeah, that was my go night or go to sleep hit.
Damn, bro.
Woo.
Did you clear that whole motherfucker?
I think I cleared it all. At least the first time. Yeah, I cleared it all.
Damn.
Woo.
That was a big ass fucking hit.
Yeah, if the wind didn't push it away, you would have seen it more. But I sure did that.
Dude, I don't know if you noticed or not, but because of the way your fan blew, like, look at my hand. This is how the fucking hit went. It was like, boom, like
I'm
it
ready for
blew.
bed.
Yeah, I seen that whole fucking hit, bro. That was a big ass cloud, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to pass out after this. I'm ready. Holy.
Dude, that was your bedtime hit, too. That was that shit that put you to sleep. Well, Joe, you just showed us all again why you're the king.
Yeah, don't mess with the man. Oh,
Oh.
my heart. Whew. Tastes good too.
I don't even know why the fucking coughing, but but don't worry, Joe. I'm going to clear this hit on this go.
You
All
got
right.
this, brother. Whew.
Oh, dang. Here we go.
I know I said this earlier, but I'm really happy about JR not having cancer and all that. So that's great news. Cancer free. So want to end the show like that. Yeah, man, I'm dying too over here.
Oh, whoo. But yes, sir. Going back to business. JR is the greatest commentator of all time.
And we'll forever
Jim
be.
Ross, bro, is a motherfucker who's been through it these last couple years, but he still gives us all, and he's still a light to the world around him. Jim Ross, we are all happy for you, and I hope that you get to celebrate being cancer free. Congratulations, brother.
Get some barbecue sauce, good brother.
Yeet. Oh my god,
Yeet.
dude, that sounds so fucking good now.
For real.
Barbecue. Damn.
Uh,
But you got anything else, good brother?
hopefully SmackDown's good tomorrow, the night before Night of Champions. So hopefully
Sold
it's
out, sold out house tomorrow.
That
So
should be
I'm
fun.
hoping.
Yes, sir.
But
Man.
with that said, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and good night, everybody.
Peace out, brother.
Peace out.